At Zeitgeist, we believe that an inclusive, creative, and sustainable community is possible. Influencing social change is our path to getting there. Our approach is as unique as the people who live here, so every day we're working with you to build a community that works for all of us. Zeitgeist is home to a theater, restaurant and bar, and Duluth's only independent cinema. We feature films that aren't often seen anywhere else. Films that challenge, educate, and foster conversation.
We want it to be interactive. We want people to feel like they're experiencing it together, so it really does bring the community together.
There's something different about being in a theater full of other people and hearing other people react and being like, oh, I'm not the only person who's laughing at that line. Like, other people are having the same reaction, and it's that sort of shared experience.
The Zeitgeist building has been called Duluth's living room, and we're proud of that. We want our space to reflect the cultures, expressions, and needs of our wider community. We welcome everyone to the table to share a meal, a conversation, or an artistic experience.
I'm really happy that they allowed this opportunity. A lot of people came here without knowing what Day of the Dead is.
We wanted to bring something positive, something good, something fun, and something educational to the community.
I was watching some of the little kids look at my paintings, and they're doing the head cocking thing, which means they're actually looking. They're not doing that. I've seen that.
It surpassed what we were expecting.
It was an experience that I think I will carry on for the rest of my life, because not only did it help create this, but it also helped me meet so many other people that I would not have met otherwise.
I'm amazed at what Zeitgeist does in this community.
Our commitment to social change is ambitious and extends far beyond our physical walls.
Zeitgeist is facilitating a community-created art mural on the street with a local artist.
I showed up around 2 o'clock and started doing the chalk outline and just did each segment of the fish, depicting a different image related to water and its connection to us.
People are sharing a bucket of paint, and they're also sharing stories and sharing their experiences and getting to know each other. And these are people that otherwise they may have just passed right by and they wouldn't have talked to. So we're creating connections while we're creating artwork on the street.
This work is called creative placemaking. We work to reflect our community's values intentionally and artistically in each project we undertake. Together we can envision and work towards what is possible in our community.
Basically, we're doing a short-term temporary urban retrofitting project. So we have a bunch of people out just enjoying a space that isn't being utilized right now. And so we have music and food and art and performances, and then some changes to the built environment in terms of traffic infrastructure.
People are just wandering around, and that never happens here. People can walk, but they never have a place to meet and linger and stay.
I think it's important to have community spaces that everyone can feel like they can use.
Hopefully it'll set a precedent for, the level of community involvement and the quality of spaces that are possible in this neighborhood.
It's important to remember to put it all together. It's not just about commerce, it's also about enriching people's lives, and you can do both of those things if you remember to include the artists and remember to include everyone. I think it's an inclusivity thing.
Since 2015, Zeitgeist has been partnered with our healthcare community on an initiative called Bridging Health Duluth, with the goal to build equity into all of our community's policies.
One of the great assets that Zeitgeist brings to this effort is their connection with the community. They have such a deep and broad experience with talking directly to community members. They've built up this trusted network of people who can door knock and people open up to, and that's really important.
How are you?
I think what it does for the community is it empowers them to participate and to sort of drive the process.
When we involve the community in their policies and their places, we set a precedence and a sustainable course for Duluth's future. Zeitgeist Places for People campaign has been focused on street design that prioritizes people and how all of us move around our city.
The idea behind a walk shop is to take people on a walk as a way to experience the street in a different way.
I think it was really good because eyes were open. There were certain areas that
Sidewalks blocked off, try to cross the street, sidewalks blocked off. Where's the elevators? How do you get here from my point of view?
Another thing to think about as we're walking along is how intuitive is this stuff to find, and like if you were on a bike, would you know where to go?
When you're talking about getting community feedback on projects that are so long-term, like street design and community design, it's really important to ask everyone.
There's just boats in the water?
We believe that everyone's voice should be heard and celebrated. In the fall of 2017, we launched the Spirit of Duluth dinner and film series.
Welcome to Spirit of Duluth.
Each month, we work with leaders from a subculture in Duluth to curate an evening that showcases their culture and tells their story.
It's kind of the meeting of all the worlds for me, and people here in my community sharing it just makes it so special.
This is our reflection as people who live in Duluth. We need to look at ourselves inwardly and try to understand what multiculturalism is all about.
The curators work directly with our chefs.
We are trying to step outside of the box and offer something that nobody's ever seen before, nobody's ever heard of before. I've been doing this for 13 years. I've never cooked a boerewurst before, but today we did.
Be open to other cultures of other people and learn about them and not use your own lens that you know.
You have the cuisine, you have the culture, you meet people from that country. You see films and through your discussions, just find all these commonalities as well as, fascinating differences too.
We're calling 2019 the Year of the Woman. 12 months of programming highlighting women's stories and experiences.
Lieutenant Governor Flanagan, it is always a thrill to have you.
From live theater to music, panel discussions, and film, we want to ensure that women, all women, are intentionally acknowledged in our programming.
Renegade Theater Company has just put on the opening night of Lizzie, which is a 4-woman rock metal murder musical.
It means so much to me for women to be represented on stage and for our stories to be told. This couldn't be more important to me. I'm so happy to be here and supporting Zeitgeist because they're supporting our community.
We have power to create and do and think and say and act, and don't underestimate us because we'll come at you with an axe.
It was incredible, and I can't wait to have more audiences just,
Female director, female music director. It's so empowering as a young woman to be able to work with other empowered women. Zeitgeist is a community space, and I've really felt that here today.
When you come to a show at the Teatro, we hope to get you out of your comfort zone, to experience another's point of view, and to learn from that.
So for 10 years, I've been coming down to this place and saying, hey, would you, could you? And they open their doors over and over and over again, and great things happen.
There's always something new and interesting to see. Everybody's going in to see improv now, and that's, we finish our show and then this new thing comes, it's this constant energy of creativity that it just fills the space.
If this space from here, from 222 East Superior Street, if it wasn't here, that'd be a big hole in our community,
edgy, new, artsy, exciting, freeing, cathartic. There's nothing like Zeitgeist.